The Conjuring, the Perrin family endures a haunting so violent and dark that they are forced to call in famed paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. The 18th century farmhouse in Rhode Island where Roger and Carolyn Perrin and their 5 daughters lived was allegedly filled with violent spirits, and at times family members were even possessed by the ghosts. Some, like a specific entity named Bathsheba, were angry. Andrea Perrin, one of the daughters in the family, once said in an interview, "Whoever the spirit was, she perceived herself to be the mistress of the house, and she resented the competition my mother posed for that position." When she was asked why the family stayed in the house, even with the violent spirits who stunk of rotting flesh and would arrive at 5:15 most mornings to lift beds and terrorize the family, Perrin also said, "I hear this question almost every day. I think we were supposed to have this experience and to share it with the world." When asked about the basement, Andrea once claimed that the family stayed away from the dirt-floored cellar, which was a spirit hotspot, except when the house's heating equipment would fail, forcing Roger, her father, to make repairs. He would go downstairs and feel this cold, stinking presence beside him. It's claimed that the basement is also one of the most haunted places in the home. We were invited to investigate the Conjuring farmhouse a few days ago, and this video represents our experiences exactly as they played out in real life. Welcome to the Paranormal Files. Okay guys, so it's almost 9 o'clock. We got going later than expected today. Had to stop at multiple stops on the way up. Gas stations, Panera Bread. But right now, we've been driving for hours from New Jersey. We are about to pull into the Conjuring House where we're spending the night tonight. This is the original farmhouse where all of the events from the movie The Conjuring actually took place back when all that happened with Ed and Lorraine Warren and everybody. Bathsheba, the witch, all of those spooky stories you've heard and kind of seen on screen, they originated here because this is where it all went down. And neither of us have been here before, but we're in for it tonight. We're gonna really do a thorough investigation of this place. And here with Chris, my friend. She's got her own YouTube channel. She's driving, so I'll just say, just plug it. I'm gonna put it in the description below. Go check her shit out. I'm in all of her videos from this series that we've been shooting too. Yeah, what are you expecting?
Well, I've been wanting to come here forever. Like, this is a lifetime of wanting to come to the Conjuring House. So this is a huge opportunity for us, and I'm so stoked. Like, unbelievably excited. That's
Yeah,
it. Just
me
so
too.
stoked.
Like, excited but also creeped out.
Wait.
Not gonna lie.
Did he tell you we're sleeping there?
Oh yeah, we're sleeping. We're actually gonna be spending the night in the house all night until morning when the sun rises.
Or like 3 p.m. when Colin finally decides to wake his ass up.
Yeah, we'll get up late. We'll get up, well, decent. We got a long drive tomorrow too. But anyways, we're about to pull in any second now. We're driving through the creepy Rhode Island woods.
And it is creepy. I was not expecting this road.
Me either.
It's a long, windy 7-mile stretch down to the Conjuring House. It's eerie.
Lots of trees and darkness. So, yeah, catch you on the flip when we get there.
Hello, my name's Corey Heinzen,
Jennifer Heinzen.
and we own the Conjuring House. I don't know if anybody's heard of it, but I'd like to show you around the place a little bit. Don't mind coming with us. So this room right here, we call it the bacon room because it's obviously, well, Vanna's going to show you.
I think it's neat.
We got a beehive oven. When the parents lived here, they actually, this was their living room. TV and everything was up against there. We had heard stories that they had actually put the TV up against this wall because this door kept opening for some unknown reason, so they actually put the TV up against it. So, but this room's notorious for having flashing lights. And when we say flashing lights, if you notice, we don't have any light fixtures here besides up here on the wall. And that's as bright as they get. And we catch it, it's almost like sunlight.
Yeah.
Like a ball of energy or something.
And I mean, we've caught it throughout the house.
Right. It used to be upstairs in the middle bedroom more often, and now we find it's in this room.
Yeah. And what's really neat about it is if you're actually in the room while the event's occurring, once the event is complete, you smell I call it ozone for lack of better words, but it's like if you were to run an air purifier, that smell, that's what you smell. And it's,
Weird.
I've never seen it ever before besides like on like a documentary or something. So the next room over,
This room used to be the parents' bedroom. Roger turned this into their bedroom when they had a lot of their experiences where we now have the library. This room is where we see most of the shadow figures.
this is we saw the black mist
Yeah,
when we first moved in.
you and Bill.
Yeah. For the first 2 months, the 2 rooms we habitated, I guess for lack of better words, was this room and this room. And we kind of gave the spirits like their own room, you know, their own space. And it's like, look, we're going to kind of live together, kind of feel each other out and see what happens. And for some strange reason, we used to think if we shut the door, like they couldn't come through the door. But we would get black mist that would like, it would honestly look like if you were to have a fire over in the corner and it would just billow up smoke and then it would like gather into a form and it would just go from one person to another. It was really neat. I mean, it was intimidating, but at the same time, I mean, that's what we're here for.
Doorway here is where we saw the full body figure.
Yeah, full shadow figure.
Are you guys ever freaked out by the stuff that happens? Or is it just kind of normal now at this point?
It's more kind of normal. I mean, it's like a jump scare that we get when we get scared, but it's more because you don't know what's going to happen. It's not. Last year when we saw the shadow figure, when you think back to it, it seems like it should have been scary. Like it would have been, if you think about seeing something like that, you think that you should have been scared, and we actually high-fived each other. It was like exciting.
Yeah, there's not, I mean, it'd be one thing if we were moving into a house not known for this stuff,
Right.
but we moved in here hoping for this stuff, so it's like, it's not, oh my god, there's somebody in our house. It's like, that's what we're here for. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing we were upset was we didn't catch it on film. So,
Haven't we all felt that?
When it happens.
Yep, always.
I don't care what
Always.
anybody says, they know.
They do.
Yeah.
They know when you have your cameras.
Yes, they do.
Alright, so this room is the library, if you can't tell. But it was actually the parents' bedroom when they used to live here, until after Roger and Carolyn both got attacked. And then they moved over into the room that we were just in. Roger actually got scratched on his back, 3 deep scratches, really bad. And Carolyn woke up to an old hag.
Yeah.
An old hag, and I guess it had like a beehive face, needle-like teeth, and tree limbs for arms. So, something like that. But the way they make it sound, it's almost like an elemental. The Native American lore and stuff like that go around this place and stuff. There's just so many layers to this haunting that
Right.
we haven't even scratched the surface on it. So
To the property itself, not
Yeah.
even the house, the property.
if you get into the metaphysical side of it, it sits on 2 major ley lines. It sits on a big body of water. It's just, if you look at it on Google Earth, the actual outline of the rock wall, it's triangle shaped. It's got portals out on the lawn, so psychics say.
Right. In this room, we've had this book come off the shelf twice. And that was last summer.
Yep.
Interesting. And you guys have the video of that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we got video of both of those events. We've had toys tossed off.
Trigger objects,
Yeah,
falls.
trigger,
That door opens notoriously. People get a lot of really good EVPs and spirit box
Spirit
in here.
box.
So this is a good room to kind of focus on.
This is usually a really good room.
This room and the room right above it, which is the middle bedroom. And that's the room that Cindy Perrin used to get terrorized in. She would, like, out of the 5 Perrin sisters, she was the one that got targeted the worst.
Yeah.
We've had a few teams that have come through that are all female, and they've had problems down here and up there. So it leads you to believe that it's a male spirit that doesn't really.
Either that or it's a female that just don't like women.
True. The biggest thing is it's not like the movie. There's nothing evil here.
Right.
That
Chairs are
we-
not flying.
Yeah, yet. That we've noticed.
One
Until
day.
you guys get done here.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, what the hell happened? Just one freaking night and all hell breaks loose. Where else you want to bring them? We can bring them down to the basement, show them the well.
Ooh, why not?
I'm
Highlights.
gonna make
Just
it
be
look
careful on the
different than yours.
stairs. I don't know if it's just because it's so cool upstairs.
Maybe.
Whoa! That, huh?
I have those. So neat. I've never seen anything like this, but I do have those little EMF things. The coolest thing I've ever seen, honestly.
I can't believe these batteries are still working.
I know,
though.
that's
It's been
crazy.
since- They're 9 volts and it's been since May.
That was like a
It was an
$300
expensive
experiment. Just went to shit. But here's the well. It's not that deep. You can see the bottom.
Oh, I can see the water, yeah.
Wow.
You can see water. Oh, there's just like a little.
Sometimes it's high enough to touch, and then other times it's so
Yeah. It's potable water. They just suggest us not drinking it because runoff,
pesticides that
yeah,
we use.
pesticides and stuff that they use. But this room was the dairy room. You know, they kept all their dairy products, the cheese and stuff. That's why you see, you know, all this on the walls. You got slate on the ground. This box over here, the crooked neck lady. Now, unlike what some of the stories say about the people that committed, you know, suicide here or were murdered and stuff like that, the only 3 deaths that we know actually happened here, there are 2 deaths by misadventure, which means they basically drank and passed out and succumbed to like the weather conditions. They passed out in like a snowbank or out in the barn. And then there was another young man that drank horse liniment and crawled into one of the crawl spaces over here and died. They consider that a suicide. But anyways, one of the stories was Mrs. Arnold had committed suicide by hanging herself in the barn. And we found it funny because, number one, we have no proof of that, and number 2, this box was here when we showed up. Now, the parents don't recognize this box, so this was left by the previous owner, and they ran a daycare here,
yeah.
and there's children's drawings of bent neck people all throughout this box. So, but what's
It
even
is.
more interesting is we have footage from a team that came through that's got structured light censoring evidence, SLS camera evidence of a crooked neck person right down in the room next to us.
Yeah.
And for everybody that uses an SLS camera, usually you're lucky if you get a figure on there for, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. This figure interacted with him
For like 3 minutes.
for like 3 minutes.
And his neck was sideways, and he interacted back and forth with it. Can you pick up your neck? And he
You see
puts up
it.
his hands, and he's trying to. By the time the video is over, he's like, "Nice job," because he finally gets the head up, and then the girl's like, "Can you wave?"
Can you
And-
wave? And it waves.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
just crazy the interaction in between them. It's just, the team last weekend said it was crazy down here.
We've had teams in here that have used tablets, and their tablets have gone absolutely haywire.
Yeah,
Like,
almost
things are
something's opening apps and
Opening
moving
apps,
things
closing
around.
apps, and moving stuff around. Like,
And then teams will come through and say it's super quiet down here. So down here is really hit or miss.
if you're feeling brave enough, sit down by the furnace by yourself, because males tend to get touched down here, especially if you kind of leave yourself like open to that.
Oh, I'm ready.
One person saw a snake.
So this is the area that I was telling you about, that Roger would, he would get interactions and stuff like that. Like it's nothing like violent or anything like that. It's more of like a soothing, gentle, like crush your back or something like that. It's like,
The coal they used to use to heat the house back then.
Oh, this is it?
Wow. Is this actually left from the family?
Yeah,
Wow.
Neat.
That's cool.
it's pretty neat.
everything still works. This is like coal. Like if we wanted to use it.
I wouldn't have touched it.
Wow.
Snake skins and stuff.
Oh, shit.
They seem to
Mother-
shed everywhere.
Somebody took one.
The one in the corner?
No, the one that was right here. There was another one that was just like that.
Is it right here?
And there's not
Oh, yeah.
that's where I was.
Maybe it just disintegrated.
That looks like a whole snake right there.
There's one on the mantle in the dining room where you
There's
guys
like
set
a 4
everything
foot one
up.
up here.
Spirits
You
and
want to show
spiders
them
and
where that
snakes.
boy?
So this is the crawl space apparently where that boy crawled into after he drank the horse liniment and he died.
How old was he?
12 or 13? Wasn't he, Jen?
I feel like I read some stuff that said 8 and then some stuff that said 12.
Kind of an eerie little spot to die.
Yeah.
Very sad.
When it's actually cooler upstairs.
I
than it is
know,
in
I
the
forgot it
basement.
was kind of chilly.
Well, so the typical person back in the 1700s was 5'5". So that's why the ceilings are a lot lower. Unfortunately, there used to be gun ports along both sides of the house, but they've been covered up since the last owner.
Really?
Yeah, because they used to have a lot of Native American attacks. This whole area was huge during the King Philip's War, which, you know, for like the non-history buffs and stuff, more people died per capita in that war than all wars combined that America has fought in. And when I say, like, they were killing women and children on both sides, it was just all hell.
This room seems to be very active for other people. We sleep in here and we've only had a couple incidences where the doors opened and
Cell phones getting thrown.
yeah, but it's yeah.
3 times. Yours, Mary Jo's, and somebody else's.
Naomi and one
Naomi.
more person. 4 times.
4 times. Like if you put your cell phone over here on the charging dock, it just,
Well, it's been anywhere.
yeah, it
Mary
gets
Jo's was on
tossed.
the chair.
Yeah.
Where the fan is. The fan wasn't there.
Wow.
Other people seem to get a lot of activity in here, but we just don't. This is the middle bedroom. This and the library, more so probably this room, I'd say is probably our most active room in the house. The issues that we have with the lights downstairs, we also have that in this room. And it's weird, it's not coming from that light source because it's like flashes of light, like on the, I don't know if you watched it during the live stream, I think we showed it at the end. where
Yep.
I have probably days worth of that. That was just like a short clip, but I mean, it's continuous, like on the floor, over here, on the back wall, it's random lights.
We had the security camera guy installing cameras, and it happened downstairs where we were setting up the cameras. And he's just looking around, and he looks at me, he's like, please don't leave me alone. And I'm like, no, don't worry about it.
Wow.
But it was really cool. Caught that moving,
Yeah.
like somebody was actually sitting in it.
Very typical haunted house thing to happen.
Yeah.
Chair rocking by itself.
What
This
else?
room gives you more of a feeling.
Yeah. If you can lay in this bed without falling asleep, what's neat is if you sit there and you just let your eyes get adjusted to the dark, you'll actually start to see figures moving around, like those black shadow figures we're talking about. But you can tell there's something there because you're going to feel like your sense of space is being invaded on. And like you can almost reach out and you can almost feel the electricity on it. So
Like a static electricity
yeah,
feeling,
it's
right?
really, really neat. But it's just, you just got to be able to tell yourself and know yourself well enough that it's like, okay, I'm not getting tunnel vision because I'm falling asleep. I'm wide awake. I know this is happening.
A lot of people complain in this room about feeling not necessarily lightheaded, but
Yeah, they kind of go through like, you lose track of time. You just get discombobulated and
Like disoriented?
yeah.
kind of, yeah.
Like
well,
you can be up here for a good 3 hours and think it's only been like
Yeah.
half
Yeah, I guess
hour.
it's more like a loss of time.
So.
Interesting.
Yep.
Cool.
This used to be Andrea's bedroom and the boarding room.
If you go in there, just watch your head.
Oh, okay.
Not bad at all.
And what's the history of this room?
This is where they used to give birth.
Oh,
Interesting.
the birthing room.
So there must have been a midwife of some sort back then that lived here because everyone in the area, it seemed to be that's where they came and delivered babies.
What's interesting, because the one picture that everybody says is Bathsheba Sherman with a mask on her face.
Right. Yeah.
Could be a midwife.
Right.
Just never really thought of it that way.
Yeah. We didn't really have a lot of activity in this room, though, huh?
No. I don't think too many people spend much time in this room, though.
Well, we're gonna do our best.
Yeah.
No
we're gonna be in
guarantees.
every room.
Yep. Well, any final words? I'm good on my interview from you guys. We got more than enough.
Good luck.
Okay, so we're gonna shoot an intro, but
We did an intro.
well, yeah, we did earlier, but it's late in the night now. The moment we started rolling, she was filming, she did an intro, and then she stopped for half a second. I walked over. We heard something fall over.
It was a loud
Yeah, it was
thud.
very
Like,
loud.
That got me. That was spooky, man.
Was that in the kitchen? I don't know what that was just now.
Women have been touched in this room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like dumb. You were recording?
No. Basically, what just happened is we were out there, neither of us were recording, and we heard something loud bang and
And you
fall.
know, it was like really obnoxious. Can we take your REM pod out?
Yeah,
Wait, where's the SLS?
out there. Okay, so I've got the Connect right here, the SLS device. Chris has just set up a REM pod right over there. I'm so mad we didn't capture that.
Oh my gosh, I thought you were recording.
I thought you were too.
Damn it. Okay. Who's here with us? Who made that thud? We heard you. Can you make a sign of your presence? Can you let us know that you're here? You can jump in front of that device that Colin's holding. We'd really like to get to know you.
Come on into this room if you're here.
It sounded like something fell.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it did. Something definitely fell. I just don't know what it was.
Should we leave? Should we go to another room? Okay, we're leaving. We're gonna go somewhere else. I have a feeling you're somewhere else. You're not in here. I don't feel it. I don't feel anyone in here with us. You don't hear that?
What are you hearing?
I actually heard.
Go.
Colin, how do you not hear that?
The-
Like I'm. No, it sounds like somebody talking. How do you not hear that? It sounds like a woman. Your light is so bright, dude. Can you turn it down?
Bro, nothing on the SLS. Sorry.
I'm gonna record some EVPs here. This app is called Hey Tell. It just amplifies the volume on the phone. So let's see what we can hear. Did I just hear somebody coming from this room? So we're going back down to the basement, guys.
See you, Chris. Okay, everybody, so the entity down here supposedly likes when men are alone right here. So I'm alone in the basement of the Conjuring House. Right here, I'm in the Conjuring House. You can touch me, punch me, do anything you'd like. Are you here?